Hey, welcome to very much a ad hoc painting session slash hobby hangout. Just on a Saturday night. I'm actually waiting to go pick up my wife from a party, maybe in an hour or so. So I'm just doing some hobby, as you do on a Saturday night. Um, I'm actually painting terrain, and probably won't be able to see this. I'll put it on down cam in a second. It's been sitting around this building. I really need to get some buildings for our live streams, and I'd half painted it, but I wasn't happy with the textured, like the walls, the color scheme, and then I finally cracked it, um, worked out what I liked, and suddenly it pretty much got to this state today after about an hour or something. It wasn't that long. It's mostly contrast. So I'm just going to be working on that a bit, and then what I did do, because actually, so again, you won't really see it very well in this camera. I need to get a better down cam. I did that fairly standard sort of multicolored brick and then wash and stuff, so it doesn't look so boringly grey. Um, and what I'm thinking, because of that, and I thought it came out pretty good. I went out the back and I've got the full plastic fortress, which I painted when I was a teenager. Somehow I thought this was actually dry brushed. It doesn't look at it at all. So I think what I might do is at least do one of these towers in that same effect, even though it'll take a lot longer. I once remember seeing Once Bitten doing it, and it took him ages. So, but it'd be cool to have those two. And then as a result, I also went and got some 3D buildings off Etsy. Um, so they should come over the next, whatever, I don't know, weeks, and then hopefully I'll get them painted up and actually have a village to play in instead of just two hills, two forests, and a swamp, whatever the hell I've got. Yes, I don't know if anyone else is hobbying. If you are, join in. Um, the other cool thing is our channel hit some pretty good numbers this week and actually got approved for the YouTube Partner Program. So that's cool. We got plenty enough subscribers and hours. It's just they're a bit slow catching up on verifying all that. But as a result, we now, got a few more options around potentially opening up super chats and things like that. I mean, obviously, we'll see how it goes. I'm not going to go off the deep end. We've got a small audience still, but you never know. Um, all those things help. This texture here is not really built for contrast paints, but I just thought bugger it. It's all the same color then and it'll match. I might just do some more coats on it. The thing with contrast, because it shrinks, I have to keep turning this setting around and finding all the little white gaps in the contrast. I mean, you won't see it. It's probably good enough. I've still got to do some more washing. Ah, look at that. There's a whole chunk of white that I missed. I'll just do that. So this is just snakebite leather on the timber. I thought I tried like the wildwood, which I like on sometimes, but it's just a bit too dark for this guy. So I tried the what's that other more yellow one? I like it. What's it called? Agaros Dunes? Dunes? Is it? Yeah, I like that for some wood as well, but I think snakebite ended up being good enough. Just, yeah, so I'm really painting the thing upside down a little bit here just to get the bits I've missed. Again, not that you'll see them probably. All over the place. When you put it upside down, you realise how much contrast, like it just shrinks or something, doesn't it? Plus I probably would have missed stuff, but yeah. Yes, I think we'll get some more faction reviews out this week or so. Yeah, I want to try to get some more videos out while I've got a little bit of time up my sleeve before work really kicks in hard. If you guys, yeah, if you got any particular factions you want to do, I know I've lined up a guy to help us with, or Lizardman, Chaos, or Warriors of Chaos, I should say. What was the other one? Can't remember. I think there's another one. I need to get through that. Might wash the metal now. I think you can really see it. Probably bad keeping it under. The problem with the building, it's so big. It doesn't sit very well under the down camera here. Just throw some Nuln on it. Some of the metal rivets and things. Yeah, if you are in the chat, what are you working on? I don't know if there is anyone because I can't really see, and plus I didn't announce it. I just decided to do it anyway. Just sometimes fun. Maybe someone can look at this later, pretend they're live. Once I've done some of this washing though, I might start some of the pattern on that watchtower thing just to sort of start that process and see what it's going to look like. You'll need a little bit of, probably have to, oh, anyway, I'll get to that. Get to it later. Let me just get this stuff done first. Yeah, I actually cleaned up my garage last week and found all my old buildings which I built when I was a teenager, and I finally just went nah, and they went in the bin. And they just balsa wood ones. Some were really good, but they were just old and falling apart and half eaten by something, which I don't even want to know what it was. And I just decided moving it, moving with them, what, 4 times over the last 20 years, it's time for them to go in the bin. And the terrain now is so awesome with these resin 3D prints. It's just time to invest and get some new ones. It'd be good to have, like, I got 3 or 4 different mats. It'd be good to, like, get matching terrain for the different mats. I need to get a snow one, but I know Josh is doing one of them up as well. Pretty cool. Um, yeah, so it's all just grey. Even though I swear I did dry brush it as a kid. It's a bit weird because it's supposed to be connected to the fortress, so these doors go to nowhere, but I mean, it's okay for now, I think. Um, the original building I just did, I was using Basilican Grey over a really light primer, but this is fairly a darker primer, but I think I'm still going to use the Basilican Grey. Just see how it goes. It's a lot more. I'm probably going to waste it, but might throw that on with a crap brush whenever I have one. It's going to get a little bit more coverage, sorry. Probably won't dry very well or quick enough for me to even, it might. Actually get it under the camera column. Yeah, probably not very optimal size terrain using the contrast paint. I just can't, I mean, I could airbrush it, but I'm not doing that tonight. I don't have time to get it all out. Add a little bit more texture, and I might even only do half, to be honest. Just want to start seeing what it's going to look like. And plus, just if anyone does look at this later, I guess the method. That's if it dries in time. Basically, what I'll do is just do up to here. So that'll dry and add a little bit of depth. A fairly dark grey. And then what I'm going to do is just do the random picking out of brickwork. So it's a lighter grey, Dawnstone. And then Cadian flesh tone. Actually, was it flesh tone? Yeah, it was Cadian flesh tone and Carrick stone. So getting a little bit of that different color. If this will zoom, let's see if it'll zoom in. Yeah, it's not gonna. Okay, sorry, it's not gonna focus. Ooh, come on, focus. No. You just get that slight. We can see it there. Colors all in there, and then obviously wash it, or you dry brush it. Sorry, with a. I think it's to do with a bone sort of color, bone white from game color. But you could use, a Sharp D or whatever, and then Null oil. That's pretty much it. It looks okay. But yeah, that's going to have to dry. Oh, and then actually I do use camo shade on some of them as well. Just mix it up. And obviously on this one, I'll camo shade a lot of that. As if water was dripping down here. It needs a lot of that sort of stuff. Yeah, so I think that'll come up a lot better than what it currently looks like. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe I should go over that. If I want to put contrast over these doors though, I'm going to have to repaint them with like a lighter color, which I've been using like a fairly light grey, ghost grey. Sort of matched the spray undercoat I did on the other tower. It was pretty close. I didn't have to sort of fully spray it again. I just smash that out like this. It's going to look ugly at the moment, but it'll be fixed when I contrast the thing. And I should be, don't have my wet palette out, so I did not plan any of this. My wet palette's not out. Yeah, it's terrain. My water bowl's all over there. This is not really built for this. Yeah, that should end up. The contrast will come out good on that sort of colour, I think. I mean, I could have dry brushed it more, but yeah, it'll be right. If not, I'll fix it. Sometimes I like when it's all hacky and looks crap, but then you know that the end result's going to be okay. Which is probably why it took me so long to get the first building done, because I just could not crack. I wanted the textured walls, that yellow, and I was trying 3 different yellow contrast paints. I ended up just got sand textured paint from Vallejo, and I just ended up using that and then just putting a really watered down Agrax over it, and then watered down the camo shade to start getting on the bottom of those things, and it just came up better. I mean, I could probably dry brush a bit of bone over that yellow, but I mean, it looks dark on this picture, but I think it looks okay in real life. Should be good. Stuff does. Yeah. The cool thing with this too, you probably don't need to fully wait till it's dry anyway. When you're doing some of this, it's really hacky. Like, you can just go pretty quick. I'm pretty much working out of the pot, to be honest. I just use the pot to keep it a little bit watered down, not watered down, but thinner on the edge. And then I just start the process of doing this. And if it mixes in with that basilican grey, it'll just dampen it out, sort of like that. You can go back, grab some of that. As I said, this is a fairly hacky job, but it's terrain, you don't really see it, and it's quick. And sometimes that's relaxing to paint. The other thing I did, and I've got it right next to me, is the sprue for the necro bone joint, or whatever it's called. May start clipping that later tonight and starting to build one. Of course, then I have to go through the decision of do I want to make it a leech or a tomb king? Which makes me want to go and get two of them rather than worrying about trying to. It sounds like you just can't magnetize it, like you don't get the full legs for the leech priest. So, yeah. God, they look very light under this light. Those bricks. Mm. I was thinking with the lighter brick, I could do all the edges, like all these ones, these corner ones, or use different greys. I might do that. I might find some other greys for the edges and pattern it all the way up there, like all like grey, but really light grey, dark grey, and then use more of this color on the actual flat parts. I can imagine if you just sat here though for like an hour, it'd be therapeutic. Just randomly picking them out, obviously not doing all of them. Sort of works when the basilican grey is still a bit wet. What's it looking like on the stream there? I can't really see. Yeah, I think it'll. You'd probably get. Wouldn't take you long to do the whole thing, even though it is a pretty big tower, sort of. I mean, look at the. Probably could have. Probably could have filled that gap on the hair. It's pretty shit, but. Oh well. Let's put a little bit. I was looking at some other red sort of paints like the Martian. What's that paint that I use? Oh, no, Tusker Fur. I was thinking that one too. Um, this is a bigger piece. I could try a couple of different ready bricks. Um, people do yellows. They do heaps of different colours. I don't know if anyone's watching this and done something like this. I'd love to know your colours and your patterns. Maybe I'll try it. Let's see how dark this Tusker fur is. It's a bit of a darker red compared to the Acadian. That'd be like four different brick patterns and colours, and then you've got the dark brick as well. She's pretty red. It's almost terracotta-ish. Yeah. It's so cool how the dry brush just brings it all back together. I'll leave the bottoms, yeah. I'll do them just normal brick, like greys. Might come up with some different greys. What have I got? I'm just looking at my paints here. They'd probably want something slightly, I don't know, something different to that guy. That what's Skaven? Oh, it's pretty close to what's already on there. Yeah, maybe not. I'll try that. I'll just try it alternate up. Uh, Hey, Sean's on. Ah, yeah, Demi Knights. We're still on the demis. Did you end up, Sean? Did you end up? Are you going to try like a? Because you can put a general or whatever on a demi now, can't you? That'll be cool. And oh no, it's monstrous infantry. So I was just thinking monstrous infantry act as skirmishers. I don't think monstrous cav do, but yeah, demis are good. I got 7 of them. I really, but I want to try all the armies, but you just don't have enough time. Like you got to concentrate on one thing. You can see I've only played 2 games and get everything wrong, so you sort of just have to dedicate some time. But you know, ADHD, you know, you want to try everything. Um, have you played? Sean, have you been paying to? Have you actually played some games with the Empire, and how are they going? I guess be nice to know. Like at least they got a like. How are they? I know there's some pretty gnarly builds you can get with Empire, especially with the doppelganger. Oh damn! I was going to alternate that. Oh well. The doppelganger spell and the Mace of Hellstrom. Yeah, yeah, that's good. I've got Andrew gave me ages ago. He gave me 3 talked about it somewhere. 3 Island of Blood Griffins. So I've got a Cole Franz character dude, so I might put him on, try and hack him onto one of those Island of Blood Griffins. See how that goes. I'd like to get the actual big griffin, but pretty sure are they hard to get? Are they out of stock with them? Don't know. Which one do I want to do? Leave them dark. That's cool. I'll just leave them. Ah, right. Cool. Yeah. Starting out. So this is a brand new army for you then. Yeah, 1,000 points is good. The only problem with like it's I don't know, Warhammer's a bit weird, isn't it? It's like 40k you can probably have a good 1,000 point game, but I feel like sometimes you can't. Well, you know, you don't learn everything in that 1,000 points with fantasy sometimes. But that 1,600 that Andrew did was fine. And the good thing about Hero Hammer is it's easy to jump from 1,000 to 1,500. Yeah, cool. Well, I wonder if this will dry quick enough for me to actually try the dry brush. Be cool to actually just do a section of it and see what it looks like. I like to see what I'm aiming at. Technically, do the whole thing. I will do the whole thing once I know that's going to work, but it should because I mean it's worked on this other piece of scenery I've got here. Like watching paint dry. Hey, maybe I should just move that over and look at this other thing. See if I can see what else I've missed. Need some highlighting of the silver because I just put some null nile all over the metal, so I might just grab Storm Host. Feels weird. I haven't even got my. I mean, my wet palette's here, but usually I'd use it, but I. Oh yeah, no. Did you used to play eighth, or was this all new for you? It seems pretty hard to find armies if you're new, so I'd imagine you've probably played. Have you? Or damn it, just got silver on the wood. I'm really bad at actually painting under this camera. Not that it's that riveting, but it's more riveting than seeing nothing, I guess. Mine are quite Saturday night. Had some big ones lately, so it's good to have a bit of a break. Yeah, it's got some metal rivets here. Be cool if there's siege rules for Old World. I'm assuming. I don't think there is in the book, is there? No, it's not like six. Be cool to be able to get the fortress out and actually do a siege game. Ah, yeah, back in a few years ago and jumped. Yeah, I mean, Ninth Age was good. I just got a little bit too bland because I just tried to make everything equal. Like, if I stayed in it, I would have played it because I know Andrew played it. I just didn't stay in it. So, and it just was moving so quick, like anything. You just, I don't know. And then doubling of the stats, like the breaking apart weapon skill and all that. It just, I don't know. Too much to remember. There's already enough to remember in fantasy. That's my opinion, obviously. It's probably a fine game. Oh crap! Sorry about that. Bash the light. Seeing if this is drying. Sort of does dry faster under the light. So, I guess if you're going to dry brush, you want it to be dry. What I might do is, while I'm waiting, although we could see how the doors come out. Just gonna have a look at the bone dragon. Because the question is how. I was wondering about. I wanted to do some stuff on the base first. How? Okay, you can put him together before putting him on the base. That's cool. Okay, because that gives me some time to build up the base. Yeah, I'll start cutting that later. Getting him going. Let's see how the if this hacky white undercoat's going to work with the snakebite leather or not. Or should I have done it properly? Let's see. That'll be right. I think it will. I'll come back and do the grates later in metal. I think as soon as these brickworks the same as that building, they're just going to tie in, even though they're technically, obviously, totally different pieces of terrain. Yeah, just really needed something different to just the. And then I do have a bunch of the got some stuff Josh printed for me, and then I got it. Yeah, that's what I've got at the moment. Yeah, like obelisks and stuff for the Tomb Kings. So really, I want to do up a proper sandy set of terrain. That's hills, ruins, equivalent of forests, some sphinxes. What are they called? What are they called? The sphinx. And that way, when I'm playing on the desert one, we're not using like green forests. Try and make it a little bit more realistic. Contrast is good, eh? Just works. Oh, and of course, you can't see what I'm doing. And it looks crap on the camera, but it'll dry. I was actually thinking about getting like a GoPro for a webcam, but then I've heard differing opinions of that. So I don't know. I don't know if anyone else knows what some people use. I guess the thing is, if you don't go camera and you actually go, I mean, you could use your phone. Obviously, that's the better one, but just mounting it. And I like to use my phone while I'm talking, so I'd have to have a spare phone, which I'm not doing that. And I guess the other option is to actually buy a proper camera, but then I have no idea what you'd buy for like good stream setups for this sort of stuff. You just don't buy. I don't. I mean, you don't buy cameras anymore because your phones are good enough. You know what this watchtower needs? Maybe I could find something on Etsy. I mean, not whatever it is, my manufacturer of like a little balcony they can just magnetize on and off. So when I'm not using it in the fortress, let's put like little balconies on it or something, so these doors don't go to nowhere. So the other piece of scenery I do have it's still on sprue is the Garden of Moor. So I probably should get that guy out because it comes with a you can break it apart and spread it all over the table. Andrew's playing vampires, be thematic. Like I like scenery, it just takes a bit of work to get it right. Cool. Get them dry. Hey Elliot, another one of our Patreons. Thanks, mate. Yeah. Well, everything's a rabbit hole, this hobby, isn't it? Absolute rabbit. Oh, look at that. I totally forgot to replace the trapdoor paint. Now we'll do that later. I reckon I could dry brush this bottom and see what it's going to look like. Is this one going to be good enough? Probably. There's really not a lot of room under this camera. No, but can you send me the link to that? Because yeah, I mean, I actually bought some today. I was just looking at terrain for ages. I kept like not buying it, not buying it. And then after painting this other one, which Elliot you might have missed, like this guy that I've had hanging around, he's pretty much finished. I just went nut bugger it, buying some more resin so I can start resin building, so I can just start getting some more good scenery. So yes, if you got a URL, that'd be awesome. I'll check that out. Probably check it out after I do the dry brush. If you send that through. Nothing competes with Josh's terrain. He's so good at it. I need to just pay him to do me up a table or two. So we're just doing one little bit of the building here, but you can go a bit heavy, I guess, heavier than what I started with here. You do want to join it all together, knock out some of the colour. You know what I didn't do is the camo shade on it as well. Need to do that. Oh, that'd be good. Yeah, in the scenery. Yeah, cool. Thanks, mate. Yeah, put in the scenery or wherever channel. That'd be cool. Plasma David, you're working on. I use that a fly in, fly out type situation. I used to build software for performance software for mining, open cut mine. I spent a lot of my mid to late 20s on mine sites. I don't miss it though, to be honest. Not out in WA, so But I would imagine, yes, you take your hobby with you, you can get a lot done. Let's do a few of these in this camo shade as well. Put the null all over it anyway. Yeah, it's super easy. I mean, and look, to be honest, this camera isn't great. And the light, oh, it's probably the lighting, not the camera. Sort of can see half that comment plasma. Sorry, it's just this. I've got like this massive love heart. The reaction icon is right over your message. What does it say? Yeah. Yeah. Man, Dolly enjoys. So hard to. Is it hard to find you guys out? You need like a special sign, so it's easy to find. While it's sitting there, I'm just going to jump over, check this Discord. Did you whack it in there? Did you, Elliot? Oh yeah. Thank you. Oh, why is it? Sorry, it's opening the wrong browser for me. Rebuilt this iMac. It's an older one, but I ripped the screen off and put a better SSD in it so I can run all these streams. I just don't want to use my other work Mac it's my Mac, but my old MacBook. I don't want to run it for all this crap. Just keep it separate. But I needed this computer to go a bit bigger, and as a result, there's so much stuff not set up still. Let's have a look. Oh yeah. And these are all STLs, hey? Yeah, pre-supported, awesome. That'd be cool. I've got an old River, but again, needs redoing. Yeah, that's cool. See this would look good on my street town mat because you would never want to play on an actual building, like a town with all buildings everywhere. So it makes sense, I think, to have a few houses and a lot of ruins, like it's been half destroyed, and you're fighting over that. I think that'd look better. Yeah, and the technique I'm using, this would work really well with all this. Burn it out, make it look a bit burnt in places. Do you guys know? I mean, I could look on my mini factory here, but good orc scenery too. I need to redo all that. Wow, all that for $40. Is that US? Cool. Might look into that. Huh. If any of you guys use these scanners, now the reason why I ask, there's no way, I don't have the figure here, so I can't point it out. But the Necrosphinx, there's a part you can basically magnetize the Necrosphinx. Um, yeah, cool. Yeah, no, print them off for sure, Elliot. They look good. Um, you can basically make the Necrosphinx and the War Sphinx together, and you can And I magnetized one of them like 6 years ago, but didn't finish. And I've lost the instructions, but it's enough together that I know what to do now. But there's this one piece that goes into the neck, which technically it'd be a lot easier if you had two pieces of them, not just one, because you could use it for the top of the Nectar Sphinx and then the base of the War Sphinx head. So ideally, what I would just do is get it scanned and or find a 3D printed version of it. Otherwise, you really have to use a lot of green stuff and hack it together. So I was thinking, maybe someone's got one of those scanners, they can just make a make a scan of this part for me. I don't know if anyone's ever used any of them, but Do they work, I guess is the question. I don't know. I was going to ask maybe Josh or Patty if they'd done anything, if you guys know that. Oh, if you know Patty from the podcast a bit. She's into Blender. So I'm going to wash this thing now with Noel. I mean, technically, I'll then do a lot of like the weathering on the bottom here, but I'll probably just leave that at the moment until I've actually done the whole thing. Yeah, it's a super easy technique this, but I mean, I don't know, it looks pretty good. You painting anything, Ellie, at the moment, or what did I miss that? Oh, okay, not sure if they would work or something really. Yeah. The thing is the part, I wish I could I do have it's just in one of my Tomb Kings work in progress boxes, which isn't next to me. The part's actually not that complex. Like I was thinking you could probably build it up in Blender because it's like it's an internal part. Like it's not you don't see it, you know. It's just the bottom of the head which then connects into the base. It's a sort of a hexagon shape with a round divot where the head glues on and stuff. Like it's not that big a I reckon someone in Blender could and with the part would measure it and probably build it pretty close. Um yeah, cool. Okay, so there's the finished bottom, not finished, but the first round of it, and then once you've done it all, you put a heap more weathering in, and I think it'll match this guy to be pretty cool. Yeah, exactly. I think you just trace it. It's yeah. And to be honest, it was such a popular mod back when Eighth was there in Tomb King. So I'm surprised. Like I haven't actually looked. I wouldn't be surprised if someone has already done it, and you can just find it on 3D whatever what it's called, My Mini Factory. Probably. I just haven't looked, and I don't know what the part would be called. We'll find it out. Um, because I want to be able to run two Necrosphinx. I've got two, but I'd like to be able to run two Necrosphinxes and then just take the top off, put the back of the wall Sphinx on, and you've got a wall Sphinx. Um, you got to do something with the wing. Yeah, actually, that back. No, the back thing. The wings are connected to this back part, which magnetizes on, and then so it comes off in one go. The whole torso of the Necrosphinx comes on. Yeah, and the head just plonks on. So it's just that little bit under between the head and the front, sort of the I don't know what you call it, the breast area of the of the War Sphinx. Just need to. I was trying to stuff enough green stuff in there, but I don't know. I just feel like I'd rather get this other part. Might come up good. Is that great? No, so somehow that's actually finished. That grey. Well, I think when I was 14, I thought I'd painted it properly. Basically, it was two very similar greys on it. You can hardly tell. So yes, it looks like a grey primer. Um, but it's not. I actually did paint it, but I was a teenager. Um, you can hardly see that it's actually slightly. It's got a very slight light grey dry brush on it. Basically, that's it. Um, so yeah, it needs a bit. Interestingly, see, I've never noticed this. That's what they're for. You can see the internals here. You can cut this out, and I do actually have exterior doors. I just never used them, so I should actually do that too and put some bottom doors down the bottom. And yeah, if I can find some or build, I wouldn't be too hard to make a little balcony, magnetize it on, and it won't look as dumb. And obviously, you can still take them off then if you build the fortress up, if you put it all together. Oh, stab me thumb nice and no, no, it's to be honest though, it didn't. When I first started putting some paint, it felt, when you do paint on the plastic and it's like almost water, like you can tell it hasn't had, it almost felt like that. I wouldn't be surprised if I did not do it very well. Like almost, there's a chance all I did was dry brush the grey plastic. Because I mean, I'm 44. I would have done this when I was 14 or something. I can't remember. There's a chance that you might be right that it's mostly not primed, to be honest. It's a good call. Just with a dry brush over the top. Now that you're saying it, I'm like, I wonder if that's what I did. Who knows? Maybe I'm just, I mean, this one I'll probably do it, but for the rest of it, maybe I'm better off just re-spraying the whole thing. And the Basilican Grey would probably come out better if I did like a zenithal, not zenithal, but like a dark spray with a real white over the top and then just contrast it. You get even more definition probably. Mm. Yeah, no, I'm liking how this guy. I'm considering it's so easy. All I've done is contrast pretty much with a bit of dry brushing. And then that bottom on the brickwork. But yeah, it's really not working, is it? Oh, yeah, there you go. I was going to put them on some bases as well, but I'm not sure yet. So I just stippled some sterling mud around the bottom and I'll do some weathering. I might just put a little bit of like flock on the edge just so I can put it straight on the table for now, and then I'll work out if I want to base it. Because depends what I do for the rest of the buildings, if I want to base them all and match them, and don't know. I'll just leave that for now. Well, I think it's going to come out okay. It's just when do I want to do the rest of it? It's going to take. It won't take that long, but I'm procrastinating not doing my Tomb Kings. That's the problem. I need to get them. I need to get 1/8 Old World Army based properly. I've got Necrosphinx over there and 3 Necro Riders, Necropolis Knights that are ready to go, like undercoated gold, ready to paint. I'm just sort of avoiding doing them. But yeah. Yes, I don't know if I should just wait for this or start putting the Bone Giant together. Bone Dragon, not Bone Giant. I don't know. It's going to take a while. I think it'll look good though. Much better than the other, the plain grey. That's for sure. Do you guys take bets on when it actually will be on the table though? Probably another 6 months at my speed. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's not very riveting at the moment. This stream, about to finish printing out my bread arm. Is that what are you using? Highland miniatures or? I want to get some. Yeah, yeah. You got to include peasants, hey, but are you going to take a lot of them, or are you going to go mostly knights? And I guess the other thing with Brett's now, are you going all the same color scheme, or are you going to go the old school way? Seems one of the contentious issues with Brett's at the moment. Yeah, Highlands is so good. Trying to get one of my other mates, the guy I used to play with in high school, back into it, but he's not going to spend the money. So I'm like, maybe I'll get Josh to print me out some Highland dwarves and paint him up. Because if I've got his old dwarfs and just mix them up with Highlands, I think they'd come out good. Yeah, got to be the dip method. Yeah, it's like the scene from is it Monty Python at the beginning where they're all just out shoveling shit or whatever they're doing. Uh, I sort of want to finish it all, but not going to get time now. Lots of oil wash. I could start snipping. I just want to see how bloody big this thing is. Did you have any fails, or you're pretty good at the printing these days? I'm just grabbing my plastic glue. Better check my phone, make sure I'm not supposed to pick anyone up yet. Nope. Now, I haven't done this dragon, obviously, yet. No fails, that's good. Um, Someone was saying, though, it's like all over between the two sprues. Look for 18A. Oh, no, that's the instructions. It's 11 and 12 right here. Found 12. Oh, is that to me, Pleasant? Me? Oh, probably not much. I was out of it then. I wasn't playing. Yeah, because that's when I had my kids first. Yeah, so not a lot at all, to be honest. It's only now that I can really spend. I mean, I don't spend heaps, but I mean, I did with Old World when it came out. But is that 11? No. Oh, it is 11, right. Thought it looked like it. Yeah, no, that's exactly right. I agree. That's why I didn't mind going crazy with my initial purchase. I haven't bought much for the last at least 7 years, whatever it was. Is it how long's it been out for, dead for? 8, 7? But I would have bought some stuff for the year or so after, just while I was trying to play Ninth, and then it just yeah, I stopped playing. Couldn't get into it. I did actually spend some money last year on 40k. Like I got orcs. I only painted like a unit. I'd like to have some social games of that, but now that old world's out, it'll probably be a while until I've got a couple of armies up and ready, and I know I can sort of then focus on a few other things as well if I want. Is this when you guys usually get your hobby done, or is it every night, or is it just the weekends, or? Yeah, that's the sad thing. Like, I was talking to someone the other day. He bought something off me. He was talking about all the armies he had, and then he basically said, "Yeah, none of it's painted." I was like, "Oh god!" Like it's assembled, and they play games with it. Ah, that's 40k too. But yeah, none of them have it. Some people have it undercoated. I mean, that's how I used to play as a kid. But I mean, these days I actually like the battle report we just did. You know, a lot of it wasn't done right, but it just makes me feel bad. I'd rather have it all painted. It just looks so good. It's just going to go on there. Is it? So yeah, it's good how they do these 3D, these plastic kits these days. Perfectly lines up. Yeah, well, I mean that would look fine. Contrast is so much better than. I mean, the option to contrast is so much better than the options you had years ago. You just didn't have anything. Um, yeah, so much easier to get a good look. And that's the thing. I mean, the issue isn't even that it's not painted to a good standard or whatever. It's just if you have three colors on and it's all the same, it's going to look good. I think. Well, what have I done here? You know, it's going to look. Where's there? It's going to look suitable. It's going to look like an army. It's about consistency, not how good the thing looks. I think half the time. Oh, okay. So, is that Oz tabletop gaming? Is that a little bit like the old what's it called? Not Wall Score, Wargamer AU. You Daka Daka, yeah. But sort of start. I mean, I was not a well, all my kids used Discord and I didn't. But then once I got back in a bit last year with 40k, there's so many Discord servers, and then I sort of fell into it. I went, oh yeah. To me, it's as good as what the old forums used to be, if they're structured good, I guess. What have we got? I'm looking for 13 now, and I did see that before. Oh, there it is. So you probably really can't see what I'm doing here because I'm just off camera. Cutting away. Oh, okay, cool. I'll have to. I will jump on it after this. Yeah, Wargamer you was just awesome. Do you guys reckon the like old world content has slowed up though? Like I feel like everyone's in this. Everyone was pumped. I mean, they're all pumped still, but now they actually have to get the stuff done. So there's not as much. Even like the big guys, they're not doing as much content at the moment. I don't think. Even us, we slipped a bit this week. It's just hard to keep it all going when you're trying to. Yeah, you got to do day jobs as well. And it's good, and everyone's getting a handle on the game now. They're like, okay, well that's cool, but now I actually have to get an army ready. It's an arm. I don't know which arm, but there's an arm. Yeah. They haven't announced the date though, hey? You mean that they just announced that it's the next one out? I'm assuming that's what you mean. Yeah. Unless I missed something. Yeah. So I just pick up the wrong one. Yeah, well, orcs are out next. It's basically just what is it? Orc boys, orc Arab boys, and two chariots. It's a bit of a letdown. But I think at the same time, well, I shouldn't say letdown. It's a bit cheaper at least as well, so it's probably not that bad as long as they bring out stuff to actually alongside it. Hmm. Really struggling if it's just if I'm tired or what, but I cannot find these parts that I'm looking for. Where is 14? It's got to be on another sprue. 16. Where the hell? Oh, this is not a speed competition. So you didn't see it earlier, did you? Yeah, just look it up. It's probably on Warcom. But it was a few weeks ago. Yeah, he's a bit like Where's Wally, that's for sure. I'll see if I can always have to accept cookie stuff, even though I say allow all, still comes up. Yeah, this one. Oh yeah, then and the goblins as well. Yeah, so you're getting all those orc boys. I mean, I've got some of these, but do I like them? I don't know. I never actually painted orc boys, so maybe I would paint some of these. Not sold on. I think I'd go. To be honest, I think I'd rather use that. If I want to just plain goblins, which I probably won't, because I'll use night goblins. I'd probably use the what are they called? What are they called? Hobgrots are they? Whatever they're called in AOS. I've already got two boar chariots, and if I did any more, I'd probably put the new boars on them. So I'm not sure how this will go. Maybe I'll try pick up if someone's splitting the boxes. I'll grab orcs maybe. I think that people will want them for the chariots because the chariots are pretty good. It's so funny how they're just avoiding. Like, why would you use these wolves instead of the new ones? That's what I want to pick up. They're awesome, but I just don't know if I'd use the wolves. I didn't use them the other day because they're bloody impetuous. Skirmishers. So they're just These I'm definitely getting these guys. They look awesome. And then in the ones coming back, yeah, maybe, but what I do want is I've got some of them, but I'll probably buy another regiment. I've only got 10, so you probably do need a bit more than 10. I think I've got enough Black Orcs. Okay, so that's the returning. Where are these guys here? These just because these guys used to just be all Forge Worlds, so to be able to get them now, I don't know how much they're going to cost. I remember them costing a lot back then, especially because I always wanted this guy, um, the Night Goblin, Banner Bearer. I don't know if you have to take a battle standard, but I guess if you're doing an army of Night Goblins, but he's awesome. Then you match him up with the other cave squigs from the AUS range. Definitely want to try and get them. I wonder how much they'll be though. And I want to get her. She's cool. And I'm assuming they're going to give rules because she's not. It must be in the Arcane Journal. Oh yeah, because there's a troll. I've got. Oh, that's right. I've got that guy. He must be in him. He's painted. He just forgot that out. My orcs are sort of in various places around my house. um, and I've got him. That's the one I was using in the battle report, but it's bought off eBay. So whoever half painted it, might just paint it like this to be honest, because it's more green, but it'll go different versus my other wyvern. And again, it's so good on the cut. This will all come out so good and easy on the contrast paint. Be heaps quick. I don't need them. I've got 2 rock lobbers. I'd use AOS trolls. I've got heaps of river trolls. I don't have stone trolls, but I'd use AOS ones rather than them. Yeah, no, it'll be a good release, but just interested to see what's in the Arcane Journal. I think it'd be cool. I sold a bunch of Mantic Orcs. Have they got new ones or are they just the old Mantic Orcs? I haven't kept up with Kings for a while. So I used to have a whole army of them, but then I sold them. Yeah, they're not too bad. Well, let's go back. What am I looking for again? 14 and 15. Swear I'm going blind. Feel like it's on this one. Because there's 18. There's 16. What's that? Ah, there's 15. Haha. It's like a wishbone. So I did see, and I've got a Notion database that I was putting everything in Notion. I don't know if you guys used Notion last year, but I haven't done it much lately. But I throw all my painting stuff in there, just tracking stuff. And there was someone post on the Tomb Kings their paint job of their dragon. I don't know if you've seen it, but they basically got a barbecue chicken and was looking at the colors in the barbecue chicken, and so they got lots of like grays and dark colors on the bones. And I'm like that. It just looks so realistic. Oh, there's the cat. He's smaller than I thought, but there's the cat that everyone talks about. Cool. Um, but I'm definitely going to sort of mimic that style, I think, because it just looks awesome. And to be honest, it's a little bit like the brickwork I just did. You're using like, using bone color, but then grays and blacks and then putting a skeleton horde or whatever you need over it, and then you're basically dry brushing that down. So like it's a similar process. 14 definitely is a bigger knuckle joint type thing. Well, your 5 minute arms are going to beat mine because my bone dragon is not even together yet. Is that it? No, that's 19. Damn. You'll never be together at this rate because I can't fucking find 14. There it is. Found it. It is a lot bigger than I was looking. Mm. I really need to put background. Oh, you probably can't. I was going to say, I really need background music on these, but then you probably can't copyright or some crap. Background music, that is. I don't think I said what I was talking about then. Sorry. And I'm probably hard to hear. I'm probably not talking into the microphone because you just get lazy looking down, not speaking loud enough. Cool. That's going to go in there, is it? Jeez. Finicky. Yeah, it sits right in there. Cool. Feels like these first few little ones are going to be a bit like this, and then once you get onto the big stuff, it's probably easy. Oh, and then I had 16. Where was it? I saw that. Yeah. Riveting stuff, aren't I? Not even talking. It's hard to talk when you're just by yourself. It's just weird. Even though you guys are listening, or some of you are. Where does that go? Straight in there. Cool. Wow. Very. You can tell it's all computer designed. Like, there's no way human would be able to slop this stuff in, I reckon. Oh, okay, I don't. Ooh. GJ, hey? Oh, yeah, I do listen to that. I haven't listened to it much lately. He does a lot of the older stuff, doesn't he? Like he was going through really. Or am I getting confused with? Yeah, there's two ones that go through a lot of the old editions. Um, yeah, that'd be cool to get him on. We haven't had we haven't had an international guest in a while. I need to sort it out. But like it's one of these things. We thought we wouldn't have things to talk about every week, but you just do. It's funny. So I said we're quantity over quality at the moment, but people seem to like it. So it's been fun. Yeah, 8 and 10. So this must be another foot. Oh, okay. I think I listened to him when he's by himself, so I didn't see before that. And he gets a lot of people on, doesn't he? He interviews a bunch of people, I think. Yeah, that's right. GJ is the easy way because you can't pronounce his actual name. That yeah, I know who you're talking about now. Definitely. That's not the one I'm looking at. 10. That's the 10. Yeah, we'll record Monday night, like Aussie time. We'll probably get back into that. It's easier for Josh, I think, because I think he doesn't work Mondays or something, so he usually does hobby anyway. I think that's what he said anyway. Where is 8? That's 5. Must be this one here. No. Wait, it is. It's this one. And then while I've done that, I might as well get the other rings, which I saw somewhere. Definitely the front feet, I think. I'm doing. Right, let's clean them up. Any other good podcasts you guys listen to? Probably know all the fantasy ones, but I like a couple of 40k ones that I actually like the people on, and a couple of heresy ones. But the heresy ones seem to have dropped off. What what happened to Legion Imperialis? I'm either not in the right circles or just because it got delayed. It seems to, and then Old World came out. It seems to have probably taken a hit, but that could just be my circles. The people I hang out with don't play it, but okay, squad based. I don't think I watch. I'll have to listen to that one. Do you guys usually are you a audible, not audible, but like audio podcast consumer rather than we've moved ours to video, although our primary one is still the audio version of it. But I just felt YouTube having it out on YouTube will help. I guess get views, but also just distribution, and that's helped. But now, actually, now our audio version of the podcast, I just set it up today, is actually a different podcast stream on our channel. Nothing changes. You keep the same RSS feed and everything, but again, it just helps get the audio one out on YouTube more. But for podcasts, I'm an audio guy because I run. I always run and listen to podcasts. But I think the video is fun for people to see the faces behind the voices, and also if they are painting and stuff, it's good. Yeah. Yeah, no, audio is my favourite too. Just going to go on there and there. Same way to put this glue. Okay. Listen to podcasts before bed. Interesting. I probably watch YouTube. It's probably my more than podcasts. Cool. Another leg. So I'm just keep checking my phone. So I will be summoned at some point. Guess the more things you get off the sprue, the easier they are then to find the next piece. Because there's less on here. So you guys planning on going to tournaments? I think CanCon next year is going to be huge, and I bet there's a 90% chance I'm not coming because I'll probably be overseas. But I'm hoping it'll be a big enough event and game system that it'll be the year after I'll get to it. So I'll definitely get to some this year, but just yeah, it's a shame I probably will end up missing CanCon. Actually, sorry, I will be back from overseas, but it's my daughter's 18th, and I think again the way the weeks lie, it's probably not going to work out well. So priorities. Swear it's not on that sprue. Yep, there we go. Where would 19 be? What's 19? Okay. There it is. They're a bit easier because I had tactical rocks hanging off the end of them so I could see them. Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, so the only thing that worries me about that, so yeah, Alec just asked about 3D printed armies. You know how Games Workshop took over the ITC, whatever it is, the International Team Championships? I guess CanCon's not one of them, so it doesn't matter. So yes, absolutely, CanCon might care. Look, yeah, all the tournaments you'll be able to do it. Half of Josh's army is 3D printed. Um, it's only going to be ITC ones or Games Workshop ones. I think ITC ones, which are mainly the bigger team championships. Assuming they do an old world one. But I'm guessing that's more international. I don't even know if there are ones here that Games Workshop would run in that capacity that's that big. So you'd be able to take legacy factions, 3D printed, as long as it, looks like what it's supposed to be. Or similar. Or themey, like I remember the first castle or so I ever went to. Oh, what was his name? He had that undead goblin army. So it was a vamp. I think it was it orcs and goblins? I don't know if it was. I can't because I didn't play against. I don't know if it was an orc and goblin army or vampire army, but it was all goblins, undead goblins. And I guess the cool thing about that type of theme is you can play both armies then, play it around differently, and they look awesome. So that's going on there, I guess. Still, so this silly reaction icon is right. See if I click a reaction, it's right over the top of that word. I can't see. Still trying to figure out how to get an Oh, get an in. Did you? Oh, intro game. Is that what you mean? Have you? If that's what you mean, have you tried? Have you tried like tabletop simulator or one of those ones? Swear it must just sit like that. Okay, this is going to be risky, but I think I've got it. And the back of the rock comes in. Yeah, I mean you're right. Like I've never got into them, but I did Universal Battle a little bit in the back in the day where it was more just that top down one because it was a bit easier. But I mean, I never loved it. I mean, that's not why I play the game. I don't really play the game. I'm not in the hobby to play the game, so to speak. I'm in the hobby to hobby and meet people, and then playing the games like to me is the last thing I have to do if I'm actually a Warhammer player. You know what I mean? So I'm undoing one of his the first arm or wing, and these are gonna snap. Someone's gonna just you'll grab the dragon the wrong way and probably break its wings. Its wings with inverted commas, obviously. Would you guys ever like join on voice chats to these painting things and stuff? Because like it's pretty easy to sort out, I think, or video even, I think. But video is less useful if you don't have a top-down view. I guess it's a bit waste of time. Well, who knows? You usually just looking at someone top of someone's head because they're looking down. You get the sprue bits on these new sprues, like the way you've cut it off the sprue, but you don't get mold lines anymore. Very rarely. Which is what's so good about the new kits, which is I love the AOS kits, and I'm going to get all like I've got all the squigs. I just need to get new night goblins. Not that they're new, but I've got really old ones. But yeah, basically all my orcs I want to just redo basically with the AOS stuff. Okay, I think he's pretty good. The hell? I just work out there. Ah, okay, interesting. Oh yeah, that's right. It comes out of there. That's the top. I don't know. Trying to work out anatomically where this bone is. I guess it's fantasy. It could be anywhere. Right, so that's gluing on. Looks like I'm gluing two tactical rocks together now, 23 and 24. Anyway, I might cut these off and then I'll probably head in a minute. This rock. How late do you guys usually stay up when you're hobbying? Yeah, it is, Elliot, I think. Someone said like it's like one part's on one screw, one's on the other, so this one's on the other screw. I think it's going to be easier after I get. I mean, look, you can see what I'm up to. I'm only up to here, but I think once that's done, I think it's a lot easier. It's just all these little finicky bits at the beginning, except for the actual guy. He looks pretty complex, like the howder and all that sort of stuff. Um, yeah, I want to. I want to just lift up the base a little bit, like slight, not hill, but just make the rock sit up a little bit more, so it's not just flat with a rock on it. And then I'll probably get it fully painted the base so I can put the guy on. And I'll spray the dragon. I'll undercoat the whole thing in bone. That's what I usually do. Because then at least, worst case, even if you're playing with it, it looks half painted, even though it's not. Um, that goes on like that, yeah. Anyone get the new Brett box? Has anyone assembled the new peg captain? Oh, peg captain. God, that's going back to my Empire days. The Duke on a Pegasus. Because be interested to know how annoying he is. I mean, he wouldn't be as annoying as this, I would imagine. But oh, then this thing goes on that. Jeez, is that? It looks like it goes here somewhere. What if I got it upside down? Yeah, it goes like that. Wow. Pretty interested to see how big he is once he's assembled next to the other Tomb King stuff. Because some of the Tomb King stuff is big, but actually, I'll talk about this on the podcast. Maybe I'll talk about this now and then probably close it out. But Like I've got a display. I mean, you might have seen it if you've seen my battle reports. It's like all my stuff was usually packed away in like tote boxes on beds and in this other cupboard in the garage, but it was all together and stuff, just in drawers and stuff. But when I moved to this house, because it's a big office room that I've got, I bought like a from Fantastic Furniture, like a display cabinet with glass on the front. Um, and I put my good display stuff in there. And then as I started getting back into it last year, I actually split that up. So I've got Empire, Tomb Kings, Demons, and Orcs. And it's pretty much now filled one, two, three. Was it 5 shelves full to the chockers? And now I can't get. There's no way I can get any of the new Tomb King stuff in. And now that bases are getting bigger, um, so the question was, do I go buy another display cabinet? But it just, it's I don't know, it's part of the house where you don't want to just have figures everywhere. So I've ended up finding, yeah, basically going to. I got this little jig coming, like you can drill more holes to put more shelves in. So I think I can fit 3 new shelves in, maybe even 4. So I bought 4 shelves. Worst case, I've got a smaller display cabinet that I can put all the big guys in that need a bit more space between the shelves, and then that way I can put in my main display cabinet, like probably get a lot more in, so that way I don't have to get a whole new display cabinet. So that's all coming. So hopefully I'll get it this week, and I'll try and work around it, because then I'll also be a bit more motivated to rebase some stuff. Because right now I'm like, if I rebase my skeleton archers, for example, they're just not fitting back where they were, and I'm just like, ah. That's the logistics of first world problems. But anyway, guys. Thanks for coming along and hobbying for a little bit. I know I don't announce these things; they're just pretty random. But maybe at some point we can have a bit more consistent one. And if people want to jump on and share their screen or their audio, happy to chat for an hour or so on a Saturday or a Thursday night or something. If we're not playing games, just keep the community building. I guess it's been good. So thanks, guys, and we're recording on Monday for the podcast, so you'll hear from us during the week. And thanks for watching.